With the 2015 Asia Pacific Rally Championship Drivers and Manufacturers titles wrapped up in the last round in Japan, Skoda decided to send their new champion, Andreas Tiedemann, a brand new Skoda R5 for the China Rally. Tiedemann had won the WRC2 category at Rally Spain the previous weekend in a similar car, and he was keen to make it 2 wins from 2 weekends. Teammate Gaurav Gill drove his regular Fabia S2000 in China and challenged Tiedemann on the first 2 gravel stages. But the extra effort required to chase the more powerful R5 car ended in a big accident. It put co-driver Glenn McNeil in hospital with a broken collarbone, and it destroyed the Fabia S2000. New Zealand driver Mike Young was initially the best of the rest, 3rd fastest on the Long U Super Special. But once the Kiwi got into Saturday's long stages, he discovered that his Subaru had no power steering. And that was no fun at all, especially on the San Manuan mountain stage, with its 40 uphill hairpins that had to be tackled twice.
26 left, 5 right short. This is the worst of it anyway, alright?
Eventually, a combination of no power steering and exhaustion caught Young out on the very last stage of day 1.
6 left, don't cut. 30. Oh! You alright? Yeah, mate.
Luckily, help from spectators had the car back on its wheels, and Young made it back to Service Park, where there was a big patch-up job required on the battered Subaru. Sri Lankan driver Dinesh Deragota was not so lucky, retiring with differential problems after the midday service and essentially putting him out of championship contention. A one-off drive for the 1U Mitsubishi team was paying dividends for New Zealander Richard Mason, sitting comfortably in 2nd place at the end of day 1. Unfortunately, the Kiwis' good run came to an end on the following day, forced to retire with drive shaft problems. With Mason out, Japanese driver Hitoshi Takayama, the current Asia Cup points leader, moved his Group N Subaru from 3rd to 2nd. It was an excellent drive, considering Takayama's very limited international experience, especially on these traditionally slippy roads. Takayama survived a scare on the final afternoon, when he got a puncture and lost over 9 minutes to the 3rd placed Young, the only other surviving contender for the Asia Cup. However, Young was still without power steering, concentrating on just finishing and unable to mount any serious challenge. This allowed Takayama an easier run to 2nd place and a 24-point lead in the Asia Cup with just 1 round to go. And neither driver was going to catch Tiedemann, who finished an astounding 33 minutes ahead. The new Fabia looks and sounds fantastic, and on these slippery China rally roads, a combination of concrete and gravel, the R5 Skoda was untouchable. Back at final service, Tiedemann reflected on a great season. He managed 5 wins from 6 events.
It's been absolutely fantastic. So happy that I'm doing this APRC championship and a lot good of experience and good memories. So yeah, it's memory for life.
Point is good and I had a very good experience. It's very happy.
Been up 4 mountains this weekend with no power steering has been absolute killer. You know, we've tried our hardest and we've never given up after the troubles we've had this weekend, and even been on our roof at one point thinking that was it. So we're really lucky to be at the finish here.
There were plenty of celebrations at the Long U finish ceremony for the survivors, and after a soaking wet weekend, the rain finally stopped.